What are we doing here, huh? Mr. Dexter, you are making the most noise this morning of anything I think I've ever seen. Well, good morning, everybody. It's Danny from Deepsouth Homestead. We've got a nice cold morning out here this morning, in the low 40s. And guys, this is what I go through every morning when it comes time to do the hay. The animals are all sitting here. They're waiting for hay. Mr. Dexter here, he is my go-to when I know that it's time for hay. He lets me know when it's time and talks to me every morning when it's time to do hay. Yeah, I'm gonna get it to you, sir. Watch him, he'll go throwing dirt up and everything else. See him? He's trying to let me know his girls need hay. And he'll come up here and talk to me every morning. Yes, come on, here. Come on. Yeah, we'll get you some hay. We're gonna get you some. The problem is, they all line up and they're waiting. The hay back yonder is nothing but just stems and sticks left in it from old clover and stuff like that. And I'll take that and spread it on the land because it's good for the land. And we got little Brownie sneaking up in the background right here. Look at him. He's slipping up in here behind Miss Minnie there. He's trying to learn his place. Now look at Miss Betty. She's wanting to sticking her nose up under Miss Daisy there like she wants to nurse. Look at her.
Wrong mama.
Dixie's babies always do that. They go to every cow looking to see who they can nurse off of. There comes the Brownie. Now see, Minnie seems to be a favorite for all the baby calves. They all just love her for some reason. I'm going to get to you.
He won't hush. Now there's Brownie. They all got to check him out. They all keep up with him.
I'm going to get to you. Yes, you'll just... I know.
He said, well, hurry up, quit talking.
I know. Give me just a minute. You're going to have to move, too, because you always stand in the gate. You don't want to let me get in, and you just... Oh, Lord. I know you like that. Yeah.
This morning, Candy went to the barn, and Brownie headed that way, but he turned around halfway and came back over here. And when she realized he wasn't with her, she alerted the whole herd. And they all come hunting, and they all ran over here and found him, and they were all yelling like, hey, we found him, we found him. It was really weird to watch them this morning.
Yes, sir. He's a good boy. Yeah, okay, Miss Wanda's going to have to open the gate for me, and this is always a challenge because they want that hay so bad that they don't want to give you... You gotta wait, son. They don't want to let me have time to put it down. And this one right here, he'll run in there and take his head and start running into it, and he just goes ballistic with the roll of hay. He just has a blast.
So we're gonna show you what we're doing today. Danny's got to get on the tractor, and I gotta man the gate. Yep. I gotta be swift with it. Wrong mama.
Keep their minerals is on here. Then they have their salt. All that's in there for them. So they have plenty to eat and minerals and salt. Plus, I have a protein tub that I'm fixing to go get and bring over here for them. For the where they eat hay, they need protein. Guys, this tub that they're using is what's called a high protein tub. It is a hard baked tub. Now you can buy the cheap tubs that run you about 50 or 60 bucks, and they'll eat them in a week. But these more expensive tubs that run a little over $100 a tub, they'll last for usually 3 weeks. I get 3 to 4 weeks out of one of them, and because they're so hard, they have to lick and lick and lick to get anything off of it. And you can hear her tongue. And see how she's trying to get her mouth in there to get some of it? Because it's baked on it so hard. Well, guys, we're out here taking care of the cows. I mean, when you have cattle, you have to understand their nutritional needs. We've got lots of ryegrass coming on in the early part of the fall like this. And when you put that fresh green grass in here, these cows got to have minerals. I mean, they've got to have magnesium, calcium, and all this type of stuff. And we put a protein tub in here for them, along with our magnesium, our calcium, our salt, our minerals, all this kind of stuff. And we give them the, this is clover hay. It is a very rich hay. This way, my cows, even though as small of a piece of property as we have, which is 10 acres, and I have this many cows on 10 acres, and very little of it's pasture. Most of it's just woods, and that's why we went with DEXTER cattle, is because DEXTER cattle can remain viable without a lot of grass. They don't need a lot of grass. As a matter of fact, they actually prefer to, kind of like a goat, they prefer to eat weeds and leaves off of trees and stuff like that, young tender vegetation. And as long as you provide them with the minerals and the protein and a good dry hay source, and mixed in with the little ryegrass in the bottom of the pastures and stuff, DEXTERs do really good. You can tell my cows are all fat. I mean, they don't look poor. We don't do a lot of worming and all that kind of stuff on them. I mean, you have to learn when to turn your cattle into certain grass. The barber pole worm and stuff like that, they climb up on grass when it's wet. We try to keep our cows out of low grass and try to keep them grazing above a certain height of grass. And if it's really wet, we try to keep them supplemented with enough dry stuff like this so that they're not down in the wet stuff, you know, getting infested with worms and stuff like that. And we try to do rotational grazing. We take them out of the certain pastures and let them into other pastures and paddocks and stuff like this while we're working the ground, letting the grass grow and stuff like this. And when you feed them like this, you don't have a big worm infestation with your cattle. And we have the cattle rub right there for them to help control some of the flies on them and stuff like this, and it's been helping them a lot. And like you seen this morning, my cows let me know when it's time to change the hay for them. They'll come to me like Mr. DEXTER. He comes to me and he'll just sit there and moan and moan and moan because he wants me to know the old hay out here is basically just stems and stuff like that, and there's nothing nutritional in there for them. He's gonna be vocal like his mama. He lets me know when it's time for the girls to have some hay. So we want to just throw out a little bit this morning about what we do about every 2 weeks. This is an every 2 week deal for us. It takes about 2 weeks for all these cows to go through a big roll of hay like that. And I push the old abandoned hay off down in the bottom where the overflow is on the dam down here, where it doesn't wash as bad and stuff like this, and it carries those clover seeds all down that branch and all out on the hillsides down there and keeps clover growing everywhere for them. So that's actually another benefit for the land. Guys, we just want to take you on a little bit of a journey this morning and show you what we do every 2 weeks with our cows and how we go about doing it to raise as many as we do on as small acreage as we have, and why we use the DEXTER cows. So thank you guys from Deep South Homestead. Guys, this tub that they're using is what's called a high protein tub. It is a hard baked tub. Now you can buy the cheap tubs that run you about 50 or 60 bucks, and they'll eat them in a week. But these more expensive tubs that run a little over $100 a tub, they'll last for usually 3 weeks. I get 3 to 4 weeks out of one of them, and because they're so hard, they have to lick and lick and lick to get anything off of it. And you can hear her tongue. And see how she's trying to get her mouth in there to get some of it? Because it's baked on it so hard.